It's a bit of a breezy day here on Torrens Park, but it's also a bit of a quieter day at this time of the year. We're over the hump in Term 4. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel in lots of different ways. But one of the reasons why it's quiet is not just because Year 12 are finished, but because our Year 10s are currently running a range of alternative programs that take them out of our classrooms and give them a broad range of different experiences. On any day of the week, we've got kids on Goose, we've got kids running service activities off-site, we've got kids involved in interactive activities here in a broad range of different ways on campus, but we've also got a large proportion of our Year 10 students that are out on work experience. And work experience is part of our Careers Development and Careers Pathways programs that we're keen to talk to Sam Smith about today. So where are our kids this week? So what sorts of things are they doing?
Well, they're at a really diverse range of experiences which reflects their range of interests. So we've got kids at construction sites, at health centres, at vets, at physios, at winemaking facilities, a really diverse range of places they're going to.
How do they choose the sorts of people that they work with?
It's part of a process that we follow throughout all of Year 10. So starting with the Exploring Identities and Futures subject at the start of the year, that's where students start to really explore their interests, their priorities, their values, and that's where they start to really think about what could come next for me, and that's where they start to think, what would I like to experience through workplace learning, and that's generally where it all starts. And then they just start thinking about, who do I know, who do my parents know, what contacts do we have through the school, and that's often how they find placements, and we support them. Our careers team, there's 3 of us, support them in that process.
What are some of the things that are coming back to you that kids are involved in?
Yeah, so we've had students who are observing eye surgery, so they've been in there getting their hands dirty, seen that. We've had students in vet surgeons doing surgery there, also going and doing practical activities at pathology places, construction sites, so building walls, tiling, really getting into doing those sorts of things. Probably one of the most standout experiences has been students going to the RAAF Air Base and experiencing flying planes in simulators and really experiencing firsthand the whole range of things that can happen at those workplaces.
It is, in some ways, a really intense and exciting but a contained experience. But the support that you build for students over the course of Year 10, 11 and 12 is quite broad in helping them find their pathways. What are some of the other things that we do with students on those pathways to help them try and find out what their next steps might look like? Yeah,
so one of the real hallmark events that we have is the Morrisby testing that starts at the start of Year 10, and we use that all through Year 11 and 12 as a discussion point. Students come and meet with the career counsellors and vet coordinators one-on-one, so we have conversations with them. There are presenters that come into the school and share their experiences. Q&A panels, the Careers Expo is a real event that we started this year where presenters come from universities and people from industry come in and talk to kids.
Because I imagine too, there can sometimes be that view that you're in Year 10 and you move to Year 6 in Year 11 and Year 12 and you grab your ATAR and then you go and find an undergraduate program after flicking through a big book, you know, of university offers to be able to find a pathway into. But the reality is that in 2023, you know, our students are chasing a range of different sorts of pathways beyond school.
Yeah. So one of the things that we see as our role as career development practitioners is opening students' eyes to what is out there, and it's not that linear pathway of school, uni, job. Going through vet pathways and looking at apprenticeships are very real options for our students. Bringing in university study while they're still at school is an option. So acknowledging that there are diverse students on this campus and there are also diverse pathways for them.
I imagine too, like given what the Scotch community actually looks like, a lot of those pathways open up for students given the connections and given the experiences that our families and people who are connected to the school, you know, are able to share with us.
Yeah, so we are really lucky in the Scotch community that we've got such a wealth of experience and expertise in Old Collegians and parents and people just associated with the school who are really willing to come in and share their experiences and offer experiences for students outside of school as well.
I think it's an exciting thing for our kids to be able to be involved in, but you know, I always do love the idea that as they move through those final years, they can not only get the opportunities to do the things that they want to do, but they can start to find the opportunities of things that they didn't yet know that they wanted to do.
Yeah, so really opening their eyes and windows to what is out there past the small range of experiences that they have perhaps earlier.
So it'll be interesting, I think, for us to be able to work with a group of students that'll be running into Year 11 next year, that'll be bringing different sorts of lenses and different sort of perspectives on the subjects that they're doing in class, just by the basis of the experiences that they've had on work experience and looking at different kinds of pathways over the last part of Term 4.